A 51-yard attempt for the lead and maybe for the win. Gilliam to hold. Off the snap from John Beck. Set down, kick is up by Reed. End over end kick, has a leg, and the kick is on target. It's good. And the Rangers take a 21-19 lead with 48 seconds to go. Welcome to Rangers Wrap-Up. Smiths Valley a win in 26-6 action over STEELE tonight at Linoff Stadium, 21-19. An incredible finish tonight here from Shirts. Ray Freeman here on the Rangers Network, now joined by Smiths Valley head coach Larry Hill. Coach, the game featured 5 lead changes. 4 of them came in the fourth quarter. You win it on a 51-yard field goal, career long for Mason Reed. What did it take to pull this one out?
Well, it took a lot of gumption on our players, and certainly STEELE showed a lot of that as well. You mentioned 5 lead changes. Neither team quit. And, we just threw our spear last and hit the target, and we have confidence in Mason. He's shown he can do that in practice, and you have confidence in our 2-minute offense. I thought obviously the kick got a lot of attention. I thought the quarterback draw on third down that got us within field goal range when they were back in a nickel coverage. That was a big play as well. So, hats off to STEELE, and hats off to our players for finding one more play.
There was elation following the made field goal by Mason Reed, but there were 48 seconds to go in the game. The game was not over at that point. STEELE gets the football back to its own 25-yard line, a chance to maybe drive for its own game-winning score. But on the very first play, you get a deflected pass by Trey Moore, intercepted by Trey Witcher. Take us back to that play.
Well, that was big because, we knew they didn't have any timeouts left, so we're going to concede some yards in front, try to tackle them inbounds. We knew they had the hook and lateral. We were kind of waiting on that deal too. I don't think that's what they were throwing. They were trying to throw a deep dig route inside, get a first down, and probably spike the ball. But Trey Moore, and not even 16 years old yet, won't be until next summer. Just a tremendous player as a sophomore. And, he got his big mid up and batted it. And Trey Witcher, he's always wanted to play offense. So he got his hands on the ball there. And, of course, we were able to kneel it and win. So that was that. You're right. That probably gets overlooked with the 51-yard field goal, but that was huge.
You go back early part of the season. You started the year 0-3. All 3 losses came right down to the wire. Couldn't quite find what it took to get over the hump. Your football team, though, wins one of those down-the-wire games this evening. Do you feel as if the experience and maybe some of those tough losses paid off tonight?
Well, I hope so because, there's nothing good about a loss. But, I think every time you go out there, you're a little smarter next time. And every time you're in a pressure last possession situation, as you mentioned, our first 3 games came down to last possession. And so kids had certainly been there before, even though we hadn't struck pay dirt. So it was neat to see it happen for us tonight.
Well, Coach, congrats on the winner. We're going to see you next Friday back home at Ranger Stadium against San Marcos.
All right. Thank you so much, Brant.
All right, that again, Smiths Valley head coach Larry Hill joining us. The Rangers a winner over STEELE, 21-19. Up next on Rangers Wrap-Up, we'll visit with Smiths Valley senior quarterback Levi Williams on Inside Rangers Football. We're back in just a moment.
We've got spirit. Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Rangers, too. When you get gas, look for the Rangers Spirit Pump because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Smiths Valley Athletic Booster to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your Spirit Pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Rangers.
Back on Rangers Wrap-Up, Smiths Valley winner tonight over STEELE on the road, 21-19. Just got done visiting with Smiths Valley head coach Larry Hill, now joined by Rangers senior quarterback Levi Williams. And Levi, as you were talking with Coach Hill about a wild game here in the fourth quarter, the lead changed hands 4 different times. You came up, though, with 2 back-to-back scoring drives to close it out. And we'll start, though, with the first one, the 58-yard pass to Chris Rivera. What do you remember about that play?
Actually, our running back lined up on the wrong side. He was supposed to line up on the right, and it's a play side read on the safety, but he lined up on the left. But they're playing 7 yards, so I was going to take a shot either way. And Chris just made a heck of a play on the ball when he needed to, and just did a 50-yard dash the rest of the way.
So the team takes the lead on that play, but then STEELE counters by scoring on its ensuing possession. What goes to your mind after you see STEELE rather come back to take the lead?
Just got to punch another one in. I mean, you got to score. You got to take the lead back. So, that was the mentality of our offense. We didn't get down or discouraged or anything. We just kept pumping. Coach Hill talked about a story, and he said there's if you got a canteen of water and then you see a pump, prime the pump and just keep pumping until something comes out. So
Now, on that drive, you got a bunch of chunk plays early on to take the ball inside of midfield, but then you go backwards. A sack play takes you back near midfield. On 3rd down and 17, you run a draw to gain 9 yards, setting up the game-winning field goal by Mason Reed. What was the approach on that play for you in terms of that 3rd down situation?
We knew that they were going to play a prevent kind of defense, and we knew that they were going to spread their linebackers out, take everybody deep, so why not take a chunk play, so Mason can make this incredible field goal that he made. And, well, their D tackle actually came through pretty well, but we had a seal on him just enough and then slipped out and set him up for a nice field goal.
I spoke with Coach Hill about this earlier, and that's a fact that the team started the season 0-3, 3 tough losses, all the games coming down to the final minute or two. Do you feel as if the experience in those games, albeit defeats, came through and paid off here this evening?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we're a pretty young team anyways, but yeah, I think that all those hardships in the beginning of the season really paid off now because we know what it's like to play behind. We know what it's like to play ahead. And so we have both scenarios to where it's almost like we can't lose.
Well, again, Levi, thanks for joining us, and congratulations on the win.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
That is senior quarterback Levi Williams joining us. Levi made his 19th career start tonight. He's now 2-0 against STEELE. The Rangers win at 21-19. Coming up next, we'll visit with the game-winning kicker Mason Reed. Back with more of the Rangers wrap-up right here on the Rangers Network.
Smoky Mo's is great. You can feed a whole bunch of people on a little bit of money. It's perfect for Friday nights.
My boy's a football player, and this fills him up. The brisket is awesome.
I like briskets and sweet brisket. I can't say it.
They have the best turkey, brisket, sausage in all of Comal County.
I agree, and the kids love it too.
You're never going to play offensive line for the Rangers eating salad. Come get some beef.
Get your guns up!
Go Rangers!
Back to close things up here on the Rangers wrap-up with Smithson Valley kicker Mason Reed. The game-winning 51-yard field goal. Smithson Valley defeats STEELE tonight at Lenoff Stadium, 21-19. Now, Mason, your career long prior to that one was 40 yards away.
Yes, sir.
You line up from 51 yards out. What's going through your mind as you come out of the field?
I mean, the same thing as every other kick, really. I go out there, take my steps back, make sure I'm in line, step over, and once the ball's snapped, I just kind of go and kick the ball. That's about it.
Now, we're going based off of what we've seen during games when we say your career long is 40 yards out. In terms of practices, scrimmage, times on the field, you're by yourself. What is your career long?
No comment.
No comment. Well, tonight we know it's 51 yards away. And earlier in the game, you missed a PAT. How important is it for a kicker, like any other position, a quarterback that turns the ball over, a pitcher that gives up a home run, to forget plays like that and move on?
You know, it means a lot because if you can't get that one bad thing behind you, then it just kind of drags you down throughout the rest of the game. So I just put it behind me and went on through the rest of the game and ended up kicking a game-winning field goal.
What was the feeling like for you after making the field goal and coming out of the sideline to greet your teammates?
I mean, it was a great feeling, but it wouldn't have been possible without the rest of the team, you know, scoring all those touchdowns, getting me in the field position, and my snapper, John Beck, and holder, Jeremiah Gilliam. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to make that kick and win the game. So obviously I wanted to go and celebrate with them.
What does a win like this do for the football team heading towards the final 2 weeks of the regular season?
Can you repeat that?
What does a win like this tonight do for the football team heading into the final 2 weeks of the season?
You know, it does a lot for us. It gives us a good boost in our morale and everything like that, and it gives us a good push into a playoff, so it's a good win.
Well, again, Mason, congratulations on the win and what was a phenomenal kick, and go enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, that again, Mason Reed joining us here in the Rangers wrap-up. Smithson Valley a winner tonight over STEELE, 21-19. We'll have more on this game coming up next week on Inside Rangers Football. For the Rangers wrap-up, I'm Brian Freeman.